Silence isn't empty. It's filled with everything that was never said. It's loud. It screams, often louder than words ever could, especially when no one asks, or when they do and you say, "I'm fine," when really you're not. You're anything but. You use silence as armor. It protects you, keeps you from showing what's inside, from letting them see how broken you are. But you're not protecting anyone but yourself. The silence that spares others can wound us inside. Some people only speak up when it's too late, when the damage is done. That's why some scars run so deep. It's because some people never learned how to talk about their pain. They chose silence. And when you choose silence, it always comes at a cost. So today we'll talk about the weight of silence, the cost of not speaking up, and the importance of talking about things that need to be said. There are many kinds of silence. Today I want to talk about 3 of them. No, 1. The silence that protects. What does it mean to not be heard? Or worse, to never even try to speak? How does it feel? Can you even remember? Because the moments that make us silent are also the ones that shape us. Maybe you didn't have a choice back then. Maybe you were too young, maybe too afraid. So you stayed quiet, protected yourself, and hoped for the best. But sometimes hoping for the best is just another way of hoping it would all go away. Sometimes staying quiet puts a burden on our shoulders, but it doesn't teach us how to carry it. So we just keep holding on to that silence year after year. It becomes part of who we are. One day I was watching this show. 2 guys, father and son. They were talking. It was the last time they would ever speak to each other, and it was odd. All this time they've known each other, they had never said, "I love you." Neither had asked. It wasn't something they talked about. It wasn't something they knew how to talk about. So they never had. But now they both needed to hear those 3 words. Now they both wished they had said them sooner. But it was too late. There would be no second chances. And that got me thinking. How many conversations do we wish we had had? How many times do we wish we had spoken up? How many moments slip through our fingers because we don't know what to say? You don't have to. No one does, but you can try. Can still try. No. 2. The silence that eats away. In a world where men don't cry and women endure everything quietly, there is a lot of silence. At work, at home, in relationships, sometimes we pass it down like an inheritance. This silence has been here for a long time. It's almost a part of us, but it doesn't have to be. I read this somewhere. Words can be weapons of mass construction.
What?
So can silence be a weapon of mass destruction? The conversations that never happened, the things left unsaid, the moments when we looked away, all of that destroys us slowly. If we don't acknowledge it, we become walking wounds. We let life push us around. We let other people push us around. Why? Because we're afraid of what might happen if we speak up, if we express ourselves. Afraid of what people might say or do, afraid of being vulnerable, afraid of being true to who we are. But we shouldn't be. No. 3. When silence breaks. There are times when we can't take it anymore. Times when we just can't pretend. Silence becomes unbearable, so we break it. We let the words out. Finally, it's scary. It's like jumping off a cliff and hoping you'll find water. But sometimes you have to do it. Sometimes you just have to. If you're lucky, the words will land on fertile ground. The other person will understand. But more often than not, they won't. They won't understand. They might get angry or confused or hurt. They might start asking questions you don't want to answer. Or maybe they won't ask. Maybe they'll stay quiet. But if you have to say it, if you've waited this long to say it, then it's worth it. It's worth the risk. This story, it happened a long time ago, but it still haunts me. A woman, she was in her 60s. She came to therapy. She couldn't sleep, couldn't eat. Her days were filled with worry and fear. When I asked her why, she told me about her daughter. They hadn't spoken in years. Her daughter stopped calling her after she got married. And when she called her back, she hung up. She didn't want to talk. So the mother kept calling her over and over again, but she just kept hanging up. The silence was eating away at her. She couldn't take it anymore. So she went to therapy to learn how to cope, to learn how to live with it. But she didn't have to, not that day. That day I helped her break the silence. She started sending her daughter letters, pouring her heart out onto paper. She sent the first one, then the second, then the third, and on the 4th day she got a call. Her daughter wanted to talk. The silence was broken. And although they couldn't fix the past, they could start working on the present. There are different kinds of silence. Some of it protects us, Some of it hurts us. Some of it, well, that one stays with us forever. And when it comes to healing, there's nothing more important than acknowledging it, giving it a name, finding a way to speak up. And that leads me to no. For no. For naming the pain, words can hurt, yes, but they can also help. They can heal. Sometimes the only way to heal is by naming it. Naming the pain, acknowledging its existence, being willing to sit with it, to allow yourself to experience it. That's the first step to healing. And if you think about it, naming is a form of existing. In a world where some people try to erase your identity, your culture, your language, your history, naming is an act of resistance. It's a way of saying, I am here, I exist, I am here, I am seen. We talk a lot about mental health these days, but the truth is, there's still a lot we don't understand, and that's okay. But just because we don't know something doesn't mean we shouldn't try to learn. Just because something makes us uncomfortable doesn't mean we should ignore it. So today, I want you to think about all the things you've never said, all the moments when you were silent. Why were you silent? What did that silence cost you? And is it worth paying that price anymore? If you're not comfortable talking about it, write it down. Find a way to bring it into the light, to make it real. The things that haunt us only have power when they're hidden in the shadows. Give them a name. Allow yourself to experience them, to sit with them, to be the only way we can make ourselves heard. Thank you. And if you believe in this kind of content, quiet, meaningful, human, consider subscribing. Tell me in the comments what part stayed with you. That small gesture tells the algorithm this matters. Thank you for being here, truly.